What is up, creatives? Welcome back to the stream. I'm Jahrell, your music technologist. You already know, here to help you master the tech you need to make music freely. Welcome to the stream. Happy Tuesday to everyone that's watching. Definitely stoked to see you guys today. I got some good stuff planned today. If you saw the title of this live stream, you know we're gonna be getting a little nerdy. Gonna be getting into some tech gear, checking out exactly what I did to make this setup possible for streaming my music production. And it's a lot. It can get a little complicated, but I'm gonna break it down for you guys. But before we get to that, if you guys are watching this live, definitely pop out of the video real quick. Give this video a like. It helps more than you know. What it does is it tells the algorithm, and it tells YouTube that you really like this video, and their algorithm says, you know what? Let's give them some more of this kind of content. And also, it's going to help out the channel. So, win-win for sure. But go ahead and rep your town, rep your state in the chat. I'm going to give some shout outs real quick. I'm definitely happy to see all you guys, and I won't belabor it too long, and we'll just jump right into it. And the replay of this will be available after this. Prod 7 Memory says the new Atom piano roll still doesn't let you record to a track. Got you. Okay, when you say the new Atom piano roll, I imagine I don't know, do you mean Atom 2? Because I don't know if it came out yet. To be honest, I haven't experimented with Atom yet, but I plan to. It looks pretty dope. from what I've seen, Atom 2 looks legit. I have never actually, I mean, I'm just now starting to hear what it is. So, okay, dope. Atom 2 is out. That's awesome. I'm going to check that out. And I'll report back to you. And I'll see if I can figure it out. All right, so what do you guys say we just jump right into it? Kojima Beats, welcome back. Prod 7 Memories, welcome back. All right, let's get into it. Here we go. All right, so some of you might be wondering how I was able to make this live stream happen for iPad music production. There's a lot that goes into it, and I've spent probably the better part of, I don't know, a month and a half trying to dial in this setup for music production and for streaming. So we're going to cover all the gear that I use to make that happen. And so what I'm going to do is we're going to switch cameras real quick to this cam. Bada bing. All right, let me know if everything's coming through clear. What I'm doing, actually, let me pull this up. What I'm doing is I've got my iPhone hooked up, and this is actually something I'm going to talk about pretty soon in this video right now. Is this iPhone is my secondary cam. It's usually my overhead cam. You're probably used to this angle without the cable in the way. But yeah, so this is my iPhone 11 Pro Max. So not the 12, just the 11, and it's doing pretty good. So let's check out what we got. So I'm going to start with my main camera. So say hello to yourself. This is the Sony ZV-1, and you might notice it's a little different. So I have what's called a, I don't know, it's like a handle grip that you attach to the Sony ZV-1, and that is that makes it possible to have 2 additional ports over here to mount with. It also allows you to have an additional cold shoe mount on the bottom, which is super helpful. So that way I can mount my light up top and then mount my mic down below. This mic right here is the, make sure I got it right, the Takstar SGC 598. It's like a $25 mic, and it's what I use as my main microphone for all of my videos. So that's that. And yeah, Sony ZV-1 is my main camera. Now you'll notice there's another lens on here. This is the Ulanzi wide angle lens for the Sony ZV-1. And the way that it attaches is all you have to do is, there's a screw on. It's basically a stick-on sticker, and then you screw the lens onto it. And that's what, makes it possible for me to get this look. If I had it, without the wide angle lens, we'd be cropped in quite a bit. So that's been super helpful. Let me know if you're watching this live right now, if the video is coming through clear, especially on the iPhone cam. And I want to make sure it's not choppy. I want to make sure it's not choppy. Okay, all right, let's keep it going. So we got the Sony ZV-1 main cam, we got the Takstar SGC mic, and then up here, just a basic key light. I don't remember the name brand. Oh, by the way, everything you see in this video is down in the description. I listed all of my gear, and yes, they are affiliate links, so if you purchase something through the link, I do get a small kickback. That definitely helps out the channel. It doesn't cost you anything extra to do it, so check out the links if you want to get any of this gear down below. All right. Next on, we have the iPad Pro. This is the 2018 version, the iPad Pro 12.9 inch. And I get this question all the time. What is your iPad mounted to? This is a hydraulic arm. It's a little dusty, sorry. Hydraulic arm is mounted to this thing, this, monitor stand back here. And this monitor up here is also mounted to the same hydraulic arm. So what I did in order to attach this is it's really just a magnetic back. So I can pop this off real easy. That's just a magnetic back. Literally all I do is slap this up there and it stays put, and I can move this however I want. I can even lift it up and use it like as a main monitor when I feel like doing that. So, but the way I attached it, it's kind of janky, so don't judge me. But I literally just glued it with some I used some Gorilla Glue and then sanded it and spray painted it a little bit just to make it fit. It's not ideal, but it gets the job done. So we'll just push that right back there. All right, and down below here, actually, sorry, I shouldn't have pushed that back yet. This is the 13-inch 2020 M1 MacBook Air. Now, really quick, let me talk about that. This is a very capable computer. I might even do a dedicated review on the M1 MacBook Air, but this thing is killer. It's what's handling all of this streaming right now. Everything's running through it. Having a good computer for streaming is super important. I opted to go for a MacBook instead of the Mac Mini. It's only a slight hit in power in comparison to the M1 Mac Mini. It's really, really, really similar. But this is the baseline. This is the base model. The 8 gigabytes of RAM, 256 gigs of storage, the 7-core GPU, and it handles this all like a beast. So plugged into that, let me switch cams. Plugged into that is my CalDigit TS3 Plus dock. It's a Thunderbolt dock. I actually got this most recently. What it does is, the primary thing I like it for is being able to have an extra Thunderbolt port. So I have 2 Thunderbolt ports here in the front, using one for the cable. This one gives me an extra Thunderbolt port in the back with its own independent controller. So it essentially turns my 2 Thunderbolt ports into 3. And then it's got just a whole host of other peripherals that you can plug into the back. So my monitor is running through there. All my cameras are running into there. My audio in and out's running into there. And I'll talk about how I got that wired in a sec. So let's talk a little bit about, my iPhone cam, which I'm currently on. Let's do this. So I'll show you this. This is actually just the Apple Digital AV connector running into my iPhone, and plugged into that is an HDMI cable and a Lightning charging cable. And these are, the charging cable is connected to a power brick under the desk, and the HDMI cable is running to a Camlink, which is a Camlink 4K, which is what does the, it transmits, changes it from an HDMI signal into a USB to plug in to my computer. Now, one quick thing to mention about using cam links and using something like an M1 MacBook. Cam links take up a lot of resources on your computer. There's a lot that your CPU has to do to maintain them. So the more you add, the choppier your video feed can get. I am currently running 2 cam links and an Elgato HD60S Plus, which is what I use to get my iPad Pro screen into this whole live stream. That's how I get this shot right here with my iPad, and I'm using the Elgato HD60S Plus. So those 3 things are pretty power hungry, but the MacBook can handle it. Now the thing is, I need to use a separate Thunderbolt port for one of these, because when I hook these all up to the same dock, one of the feeds will get choppy. So that's something to keep in mind if you're doing an M1 MacBook. You want to have at least one Thunderbolt port dedicated to one of these things, one of these capture cards. All right, so the next thing up is I'll just talk about a little bit about what's on my desk. So you'll have to excuse the cable. This cable is usually tucked back in the back where you can't see it, but because I'm showing this through my iPhone cam, it's running right now. But anyway, this is my Apple Magic Trackpad 2, and yes, it is plugged in. I'm going to tell you exactly why I did that. I know I've said in a previous video that there was no way to have the Magic Trackpad go between 2 different devices. I discovered a way. I don't know if I haven't seen this anywhere else, but I don't know if I mentioned this before. My whole setup is a hybrid setup. I set it up to where everything can run either on the iPad or on the MacBook. So that means, yes, This trackpad can go back and forth between my iPad and my MacBook. Same thing for this keyboard. I can switch back and forth. It's Bluetooth. Same thing for this mouse. I can switch back and forth between each. And then I have some audio switchers over here that I've set up for switching the speakers and things like that. And I'll talk about how I did that in just a second. But yeah, the Apple Magic Trackpad is plugged in to my iPad. Now, when you plug in the Magic Trackpad to your iPad via cable rather than Bluetooth, it doesn't sync it. It doesn't sync it as in like it doesn't connect it via Bluetooth. So that means, you know, if I disconnect it via cable, it can still be synced up to another device like my MacBook. Now, if you hook up Apple Magic Trackpad to a MacBook via cable, it will sync it via Bluetooth, which is a problem because that means you can't hook it up to another device. So what I did was I have this cable running to my iPad Pro. There's a dock underneath, and I'll show you that too in just a sec. But there's a cable running there, and then I have this little, I have switches on all my USB ports here. So in order to switch between the MacBook and the iPad, all I have to do is press this button right here, and that connects it to the iPad. And then I can just click it again to switch back to my MacBook, which is dope. So I figured that out. Yeah, and then this keyboard is the Satechi Compact Bluetooth backlit keyboard. You have up to 3 devices for supported. So I have my MacBook, my iPad here, and my MacBook here, and then the same thing for this mouse. This is the Logitech MX Master 3 for Mac. I have a review of this on my channel, and it can also hook up to 3 devices by pressing this button here. It's a killer mouse. It's been serving me really well. So I can't believe I haven't yet mentioned the Stream Deck. This is my Stream Deck right here. I do have some custom icons set on it. So I have my main cam, you know, punch in here, split screen. Yeah, so split screen. And then I have the overhead cam, which is this one right here. And this is the iPad screen. We'll go back. And then I have, you know, my media buttons and everything is programmed in there. And that makes it super convenient for managing my live streams. It makes all the difference. So that's mostly it for the stream gear. Let me show you guys under the desk real quick. I'm going to switch my mics from this cam to the iPhone cam. And I'm going to show you guys under the desk how I have everything wired. There's some key things that I have mounted under the desk. So I'm going to show you those. All right, hold up. Let's switch these. We'll go to this cam and then... All right, hopefully the audio is coming through nice and clear. Hopefully it's not too loud. But let's go under the desk real quick. I'll show you guys what I got going on. So down here mounted is the HD60S Plus that I mentioned from Elgato. What I really like about it is that it has HDMI pass-through. So I have my iPad running to my monitor as well as running into the stream feed. And yes, there is a lot of duct tape down here, but that's how I have it mounted. So, okay, and then this is the Anchor dock that I have. It's an Anchor USB-C hub that everything is running to for my iPad. So this is specifically for the iPad Pro, and I have power running to it right there. And then over here is just a basic USB hub that's running to my Thunderbolt dock for my laptop. I know it's a little complicated, but that's the main stuff that's under the desk. Everything else is just cabling that I've had to run, stuff for audio, stuff for power, like this giant power supply for the Thunderbolt dock. And then of course I have my amp here for my speakers and one really big 12-inch woofer with a couple tweeters in it. So that's it for under the desk. If you're just tuning in, definitely give this video a like if you like it. If you don't, it's all good. But also consider subscribing if you're liking this kind of content, kind of giving you guys the nitty-gritty today. Yeah, let's keep it moving. So I didn't mention, I also have a ring light mounted up here in the top. and that is giving me some nice soft light because this whole area is white and it's almost like a giant softbox. So yeah, let's keep it moving. So some more audio gear. I have my Audio Technica ATH M50Xs, my headphones of choice. They're really solid headphones. I can talk on and on about these, but you know, pretty much industry standard at this point. A lot of people use these, big studios, small studios, home studios. Sitting on a headphone stand, and then right here, I don't remember the name of these, but I'll have to remember to include these down in the description. But these are a couple of audio switchers. So this one specifically is for my headphones. So this can allow me to go back and forth between my iPad and my MacBook just by the push of a button. And that was some clever cable routing to make that happen. And then this one is for my speakers. So, and by the way, both of these have volume control, so up and down, and I can even mute them. They're both muted right now. But this one is for the speakers. So, you know, switch back and forth between the MacBook and the iPad just with the push of a button. And then up here is my microphone. This is my blue Spark. No, it is not blue, and it's not the original orange. It's actually black. Blue is the brand. But this is a pop filter here, and it's on a boom arm, so I can easily pull this out when I need it, just like that. And I can put it back when I need to. So I'll just put that back there. It's kind of hard to do one-handed. Yeah, then over here, I know you probably noticed my Focusrite Scarlett 2i2. So that's my current audio interface that I'm using for all of my audio stuff. So basically for my iPad, everything's running into here. This is my microphone plugged in right here. And then I use this usually to plug up like my bass guitar. And then I have a splitter running off the back here so that I can run some audio back into the stream. And then the rest is, you know, just the other side is just going to the speakers. You know, also you gotta have a succulent. Come on, who doesn't have a succulent on the desk? That's a must. All right. Also, I did mention my CME X Key Air. You guys have heard me go on and on about this. It's my MIDI controller of choice. I'm enjoying using it. Definitely want to check out the Sensal Morph, so I can try some new MIDI. You might notice I have this thing sticking out here. It's kind of janky, but I just basically attached a micro USB to USB-C adapter so that I can just plug this in USB-C. Like, I don't use micro USB anymore for hardly anything. So having this attached is super helpful to just be able to charge via USB-C. And I keep a cable magnetized. You probably didn't even see this. Boom, right there. Cable magnetized. I can just pull out and I can charge anything I need to charge. And then put it back right there where you may never even see it. Cool, so I've covered most everything. We got the speakers up here. These are the Mica monitors. They're nothing fancy, but they get the job done. My next upgrade will probably be these to go up to some nice studio quality powered monitors. These run off of an amp. I'd rather have powered monitors. That's what's up next. I didn't mention, I failed to mention that this is my overhead setup. And so it's kind of hard to move this stuff with one hand, but I'll show you that basically I just, you know, adjust this and I mount my phone up here for the top down shots. And that's how I get, you know, my overhead shots. It's on a small rig super clamp. It's actually all attached to, you know, with more tape. I know some of my stuff's janky, some of it's professional, some of it's janky, but it's attached to a telescoping monopod, and it can go out much further than that, but I definitely don't pull it out that far. And that goes right back there when I'm not using it. And then the boom arm for my camera, my whole camera setup is attached to this TV mount. This whole thing is on a TV mount. And the reason I did that is because it keeps the whole thing not attached to the desk. Because when I'm playing music, or if I bump the desk at all, I don't want the camera to shake, and I don't want either of my camera angles to shake. So that's why they're both attached to the wall using the TV mount. If you have any questions about what I'm talking about right now, feel free to drop them in the comment section, and I'm happy to answer questions. But I'll keep it going. So I also have a phone charger. This is a wireless charging mount right here where I stick my phone when I'm not, streaming or anything. I also haven't mentioned this monitor. Got some weird inception going on, but this is my 32-inch monitor that I use for everything. My MacBook is hooked up to this, and I have a switch on the back. I'll show you. Ooh, you know what? I better not do that. If I switch the switch, it might disconnect my computer. It might put my computer to sleep. I don't want that to happen. But suffice it to say, there's a switch right here on the back where if I press that button, this will show up here. So I can switch back and forth between my iPad connected to this monitor or my MacBook, which is super clutch. And I did that with a basic HDMI switcher. And that's also linked in the description. I think that's almost it. Let me make sure I didn't miss anything. Oh yeah, I always keep down here, keep my water bottle, but I also keep my Apple Magic Keyboard case. It is the case I use all the time for my iPad when it's not sitting here on the desk. It's hands down the best keyboard case for your iPad Pro. Like, doesn't get much better than that. So that goes there. I also didn't mention, this is a Subrent USB-C, or not USB-C, USB-A. It's a hub, and it's got 7 data ports and 3 power ports. So these 3 right here are just for power, and the other 7 are for data. So running to that is my Magic Trackpad. This is my audio interface. This is a micro SD card reader, and this is just a USB-C to USB-A adapter. And each one of these has a switch where I can turn it on and off, and that's connected to my iPad. And this is the one cable that's running from my Anchor hub under the desk. I think that does it for gear. Yeah. Then I also have obviously my fun box up there, all the percussion gear. Oh yeah, and I have a custom cable. This is I didn't mention the Audio Technica. These are the Bluetooth variant, and they have obviously all the Bluetooth controls on the bottom, but they also have, let me see if I can do this with one hand. They have a port, a regular 3.5 millimeter headphone jack port for plugging in the headphone cable, which is super clutch. I have a nice long cable running to my setup so that I can take this over there to my big keyboard using my headphones and still be able to play. So that comes in clutch. And that is it. So, like I said, links to everything is in the description. Definitely check those out if you're looking at getting a setup going like this. Now, I will say, it can get tricky to try to interface all these things together. Everything I picked for this setup was hand-picked because it worked well with the setup. So if any of you guys are trying to do something like this for yourself, definitely, if you have any questions, hit me up here, or you can follow me on Twitter and Instagram at Jahrell Amani. And, oh, sorry, let me fix my mic. Okay, sorry, my mic probably got weird because there's dual mics. And I will be happy to answer questions. So, that being said, I see one question from Anthony Flores. He says, let me put this up on the broadcast. He says, is there a monthly subscription for the software to stream? Yes, so I forgot to mention that. That's also in the description of this video. The software I'm using is Ecamm Live. Now, I got that recommendation from Henny the Business because I was using a free software called OBS Studio. Those of you that know anything about streaming, I'm sure you've heard of OBS. But OBS is not yet optimized for M1 Max, and it's likely to take a while for that to happen because it's an open source project. People don't get paid to do this, so there's not a ton of incentive for them to, rush to get it done. It takes time to do this development, but because of that, I was forced to check out Ecamm, and I'm actually really glad I did, because Ecamm is actually really smooth and really user-friendly. There's so much less setup to do than with OBS. OBS, you kind of really got to know your stuff in order to run it, and for Ecamm, everything's really simple to use. Now, I am using the standard license. I can't remember exactly how much it was. For the year price is about $170. I think that breaks down to like, I don't know, math, something like $16 a month. I think that's right. $16 a month to run this this subscription, this software for live streaming, and that's actually a pretty decent price. Like the big players in streaming, like it costs a lot more than that for the software. I kind of wish I could buy it outright. I'm not a huge fan of having to do subscription model for everything, but for the price, it kills. It's dope. And there is the Pro license, which gives you some upgraded features. I don't really need that right now, but I probably will upgrade to that eventually. Den Beats Production asks, have you tried StreamYard for streaming service? I have not tried StreamYard. I imagine StreamYard interfaces with whatever streaming software you choose to use. But I don't use it because I'm not too worried about cross-platform streaming. Right now I'm focusing on YouTube. So Ecamm's getting it done for me. Victor DePina says, I've heard that OBS runs pretty well on M1 using Rosetta 2. Now, Victor, you're not wrong. It is running through Rosetta 2, and it does work. The problem is with the setup I'm running with the two cameras going in through Camlinks and the HD60S Plus, everything gets super resource intensive. And because it's not optimized for M1, it's doing software encoding within OBS. Without getting too complicated, basically what that means is it's putting all the hard work on your CPU instead of your GPU. Now, Ecamm does hardware encoding, which allows everything to run, most of the processes to run through your GPU, which keeps a smooth running, stable stream. So that's why I'm not using OBS. As soon as OBS is optimized for M1, I might check it out, but I'm kind of getting a little spoiled on Ecamm. All right. I'll take maybe a couple more questions if there are any, but I'm going to get ready to transition into some live beat making because that's what this channel is about. I will need a quick sec to get my overhead cam reset up and everything. So feel free to type in some more questions. I'll probably hit them back in just a second, but we're going to take a quick break. I'm talking like 60 seconds. Don't go anywhere. We're going to be right back here doing some live beat making. Thank you all for being here. We'll be right back. Okay, we are back. So Anthony Flores said, would you consider a tutorial of how you do your intro, graphics, and outro? That sounds dope. Yeah, I would definitely be willing to do something like that. I did make most of this stuff using FL Studio. And then I made the music using Beatmaker 3 like I normally do, but I made the visualizer in FL Studio, and then I put it all together in LumaFusion, and yeah, it's a little bit of a process, but I would be down to do a tutorial like that. Okay, so let's jump into some music production. Okay, gotta make sure my mic is good to go. Let's check this one. Okay. I muted some mic sources earlier, so I gotta make sure they're all good to go. All right, dope. All right, real quick, I realized I forgot to mention that, you know, when you're running everything for streaming and you want to get your audio synced right, it takes some software, and the software I use to do that is called Audio Hijack. You can download that from the internet. It costs, I think I paid $47.50 for it, something like that. It's not super cheap, but it does the job really well, and it allows me to add an exactly a 55 millisecond delay from my iPad audio so that it syncs up with my video, and it makes everything run really solid. So in case you're wondering how I got everything synced up, Audio Hijack, check it out. All right, cool. So let's pop into some Beatmaker 3. And I think this is going to be another one of those nights where I don't really have a plan, but I'm going to see where this takes me, see what we can do. Let's hit up a new session. And something I've been doing a lot lately is I've been saving my sessions based on the date. Instead of trying to make working titles, I just put the date because it allows me to find what I'm looking for easier. I don't have to like look through and see, oh, what does boom bap something mean? You know, I put in my session title and as my date, and that helps. So helps me find it again. All right, cool. Let's try something pretty quick. I'm thinking like 180, 200. Let's try 180 and see if that's fast enough. Thinking something a little trappy. Gotta find some good samples though. All right. Something else I'm starting to do more often now in my music production is, instead of trying to spend time finding an instrument while I've got an idea going, this actually helps me, what I do now helps me find good instruments and helps me keep moving without wasting time. I go through and find all the sounds that I think I might want to use and lay them out first, and then I'll go in and use them as I go, so I don't have to be like looking for, oh, what's this sound? Obviously, sometimes you get some inspiration, you're like, you know, I need this specific sound, you gotta go searching for it. But I try to preload my sounds ahead of time now so that I'm ready to go. Let's see, I got a couple questions in here. Yeah, so Victor asks, do I just append a number value when I start more than one in a day? Lately I've been just doing a beat a day, so that hasn't really been a problem. But my plan is I would probably just do an underscore, and if I do more than one beat in a day, I'll do underscore 2, and you know, so on, add an extra number. Maybe that's what you meant. But yeah, I'll just add an extra number, you know, notating which one it is for that day. Anthony Flores asks, where do I get my kits from? Blap kits? Actually, I've never heard of Blap kits. I get my sounds from Splice. Most of them, that is. I have some that I got from like Looperman, stuff like that. So yeah, Sounds of Noel, you're very welcome. Happy to share the setup. And again, you guys, if you have any questions, I'm an open book. I really do want to help. You know, like I said, this channel is to help you master the tech you need to make music freely. And in this time, you know, the time that we're in, making music isn't just, you know, sitting down and making beats for 10 minutes or 15 minutes by yourself. You know, we're in the age of live streaming and sharing our content with the world. So if there's something you're into, I want to help you do that. And, you know, just getting the gear doesn't do it. You know, knowing how to hook it up and, you know, how everything goes, that's what it takes. So if you have questions, again, I'm an open book. I'm happy to answer questions. But I'm going to dig into this beat making real quick. Yes, Dem Beats Productions, I do agree. It's a good idea to create your own pack and templates when creating tracks. Like I talked about in my last session, I said I'm going to start doing these what I call sound design sessions to basically get the presets I want and then come back to them later. Mobile Music Pro, welcome, my friend. Glad you're back in the stream. All right, cool. I might go a little bit silent for a second, you guys, so hang with me there. And, you know, sorry, I'm adjusting my angle. There we go. Gotta find some good sounds. All right, let's see what we got. I'm gonna stick with my, maybe I'll stick with my, ooh, I got it. I know what pack I'm gonna use. We're gonna go back to the built-in Beatmaker sounds, and I'm gonna go for the Ashes kit. I think it's number 2. Let's try it. That's not it. It must be the Ashes kit 1. Yeah, that's the one. All right. Yeah, Victor, that is a great question. Let me pop that up so everybody can see it. So Victor says, speaking of the age of live streaming, how did you get comfortable with consistently speaking while live streaming? I'm telling you, I'm getting better at it with every stream. Yeah, I'm still getting better. You've probably heard me stammer a lot during this, and it's just, you know, it's part of it. I'm getting better at being able to speak fluently, but it really comes from just people skills, being around people, you know, my time, you know, in my church that I've spent, you know, getting used to talking to people, greeting people, also just time I spent in college, getting used to being around a lot of people and just knowing how to have good social skills. Kind of got to see the camera as not the camera, but the other people on the side of the camera, and streaming helps with that a lot because I get to interact with you guys in the comments and stuff like that. But being able to consistently speak, just it's more of just knowing exactly what you want to say, and not saying more words than you need to. And I'm guilty of doing that all the time. So I'm trying to be more concise. But that's a great question. Speaking skills develop the more you do it. So if you want to get better at it, there's no magic pill. It's literally just doing it more and more and more. So you guys are going to see me over time. I'm going to level up. I'm going to get better at speaking consistently while live streaming. Right now I'm at the level I'm at, and that's not where I want to be, but I'll get there. So cool. All right. Promise. I'm going to stop talking. We need some music going. All right. All right. Let's see what the tempo is like. Gotta get hydrated real quick. One thing I wish I had was a good clap. I'll have to find one. Probably got some in the, let's see. Johnny Giuliano, let's see. Oh, melodic loops. Okay. Let's see. Just need a good clap. Let's see. I think I got a Sunny kit in here somewhere. Sunny's usually got good claps. There we go. Sunny Digital. kind of like that. I think that's nice. All right, I'm just gonna kick that up a couple steps. Maybe down one. Cool. All right, let's get some drums going. See, I feel like 180 is right on the verge. Let's hit 200. Let's see. Yeah, let's see if we can do something like that. All right, let's get a loop going. Oop. I don't know. I think I want a dry clap. Let's see. Let's hit that one. All right. All right. All right, let's try that. That's a little off. Let's do that one more time. All right, I like that. All right, now we need an 808. Let's see, I'll put it in this bank. Find a good 808, and then I'll come back and find some, come up with some melodic material. I just want to have a good one loaded. By the way, if you're listening to these 808s, you're like, my goodness, that's fire. 808 Mafia kit on Splice. That's where I got that. Yeah. I'm gonna try this one. Maybe this one. This has a little more kick to it. Anthony Flores asks, do I quantize? Some say to try not to do it too much. What are my thoughts? When it comes to quantizing, it's not the enemy. Like, I don't want you to think that, like, oh, never quantize or else you're like some basic person. No, quantizing, it comes in handy. It's just knowing when to do it. And, sometimes it's tasteful to not quantize, which is the times that you want to avoid doing it. It's not just like never quantize. So for me, I quantize more often if it's something that is like straight 16th, straight 8th, something like that. I'll keep it quantized if I want it locked into the grid. If I'm doing something that's particularly swung, I tend to not like to quantize to a global swing because I feel like the global swing is often a little robotic. Because if think about it, if you're in a band full of people all playing different instruments, like they're all going to try to get in that pocket of swing, but everybody's going to be a little bit slightly off. So kind of using yourself as the generator of that swing, I feel like that's what I do. Instead of quantizing it, but there's cases for each. It's kind of up to your discretion, really. All right. Let's see. Got a couple of 808s loaded. Let me see if I can find. Let's load up some digitalism. Get some good sounds going. Ooh, I might use some primer too. Let's load that up. Open up another bank, and then we'll get some digitalism. So it's playing, but I don't see. Oh, there we go. Okay, cool. Swap out the keyboards. Okay. Yo, Benjamin, share with the community, man. You got some fresh insights on Koala? Let me add my there we go. Add the other cam back in. Welcome. Yeah, you're late, man, but it's all good. You can feel free to rewind. I talked about the whole streaming setup, so check that out. Right now, we're just getting into some beat making. That's a funny sim. All right. All right, let's see. What? What happened? I think my X key's low on battery, which is why I keep my Andy cable nearby. All right. Should have charged this thing before we started. There we go. No, it's literally just disconnecting every time I press play. See the bugs, man. Sometimes the bugs, they just get you. All right, let's hit this up one more time. I'm gonna pull this a little forward. Okay. right, I think I know what I think I want that in at the beginning. Alright, I think I got something. Let's see if we can record that. I helped hit the right note. Let's hit that one more time. What? Wrong instrument. Alright, let's try that again. That was a little late. Yep, I see you guys sharing a lot about sampling in. I do sample stuff in sometimes with YouTube. You got to be careful with that stuff though, because unless you can manipulate your sample really well, make it sound completely different, or if you're using something, unless you're using something completely royalty free, you can get got. If you blow up, you don't want somebody else to own your stuff. So, but yeah, you know, there's plenty of people that sample. Like I know sampling is part of the art form. But yeah, just make sure you're choosing wisely when you pick the stuff that you're going to sample. All right, anyway, off my soapbox for a sec. Let's do this. Let's have it start on. There we go. Oof. I don't know if I like this key for this, but we'll try it. Actually, let's bring it up a couple. Dang, I can't fit it on 16 pads. I'll just use this. right, Benjamin. Thanks for rolling in, man. Take it easy. Michael, welcome. Now, one thing, this 808's clipping. All right, Victor. Thanks for rolling through, man. Y'all take it easy. Let's give that one more take, shall we? Yo, my man, username Son of Jesus Christ. What are you using to connect the sound so we can hear it? iRig? No, I'm actually not using iRig. I covered that in the earlier video, so definitely rewind to check it out. But the quick version is I have my iPad running to an Elgato HD 60S Plus, which is mounted under my desk. That allows me to get video feed from the iPad, so I can do this. And it also allows me to have video pass through, so I can have this screen up on my main monitor up here when I need to. And it also allows me to get audio. Now, actually, I take that back. You said specifically for the sound. So I was using that for the sound. It totally works for the sound. You just have to make sure you dial in the delay, the audio delay. I have to manually put a 55 millisecond delay on the audio coming in so that it syncs up with my video. But I'm actually just running it straight through my CalDigit dock. That's where the audio is coming from for the iPad. I'm running it in through the mic port, and I'm able to use it that way. So, yeah. All right, back to it. see if I can find something good in Primer. I don't know, maybe I want to load this with Digitalism instead. Trying to get some chords in the background. That's my next goal, is to get some chords in the background. I think I'm going to use Digitalism again. I want something nice and short. Let's see, it's on mono with the glide. Let's turn mono off. I don't know why every time when I press that, it's kind of like, oh yeah, thanks Den Beats. Don't forget to hit save for sure. Voicings. That'll be good. The synth. Ooh, I kind of like that. Ooh, okay. Okay, yeah, I like that. Let's see. I can't decide if I want to go double time. Maybe I'll do both. And then I'll cut one of them halfway down. I'll just do the one. I'm gonna try it. come in slow, then double up halfway. Ooh, that might be good. That might be good. Let me try that. I'll do it. I'll do it halfway, and then we'll come back and add it in. Let's see. All right, undo. All right. Those last two chords. I can fix it though. Yeah, that'll work. Let's see. Maybe it would be better if this was major. Let's see. See, I think that might be better. All right, let's see if I can double that up the second time. Sure. Son of Jesus Christ, go ahead. Ask your question, man. Oh, Anthony. Sorry, Anthony. I see. Okay. Can I share a live feed on how I use the Suggester app with BM3 to make a beat for chords and stuff? For sure. Yeah, man. I would be happy to do that. Actually, that's actually a pretty solid idea. I actually recently made a track using Suggester. Just got started doing one. Yeah, I got put onto some other ways to use it other than just exporting the MIDI and dragging it in. You can actually play it in. Use MIDI, Suggester as like a MIDI controller to play in chords and do it live. So yeah, I'd be happy to share what I know about that. You know, I'll pencil that in. Maybe I'll put that on the next live stream. Great suggestion, for sure. All right, let me see if I can do something with this track, because we need like some early inspiration for the track. So like something for an intro. We don't want the drums to drop in right away. We're gonna make this one be the clap. And we will make this one the 808. So we'll delete the clap off of that. And there we go. So we can have them separately. We have some overlapping MIDI. We shouldn't, but because we do. All right, I think what we need is a good B section. Wish there was a way to arpeggiate this. Hey, real quick question for the comment section. Any of you guys know of a good arpeggiator plugin for iOS? I would love to know. I don't know of anything that has a really solid arpeggiator, but I would love to know. Thank you if you got that. Yo, Anthony, have a good night, man, for sure. Thanks for rolling through. All right, let's see. We need a B section. We need a good secondary instrument. Let's load up some Module Pro. Man, what a good sound that is. Might have to do this on the big keyboard. Let's see. There we go. Yeah, I might have to do that on the big keyboard. That'll work. Alright, just gotta be able to trigger this quick enough. I'll just hit it on the other end. Okay. Mars, yes. Module does support AV3, which is new as of probably about a month ago. Yeah, Module is dope. Arpeggion DJ in the App Store. Den Beats, thanks for the recommendation. I will definitely check that out. Or check out AutoArp. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to take a screenshot. Dang, I don't remember how to take a screenshot on Mac. Hold up. I know how to do this. What is it? Control, I think it's Control Command 3? Command Control, or Shift Command 3? Control Command 3? Control, or Command, wait. Alt Shift 3? Oh no, that's not the right thing. Whatever. Alright, I'll remember. So Arpeggion and AutoArp. Got it. Alright. Let me fix these chords because they were not perfect. Alright. it's this chord right here. Okay, gonna make sure I got this right. Okay. Just gotta get this just right. So close. Alright, let's try that. I kind of like it. That wasn't supposed to be in it. I don't know. We'll fix it. Alright, that's how we're going to start the track. Let's drag this back. like some other percussion elements. All right, I think I've dragged this on long enough. It's been about an hour and a half. I'm definitely going to be coming back to this. Maybe for the next one, we'll like finish this track instead of starting a new one or something. But yeah, I definitely am pumped for that. So hopefully you guys got something valuable out of all of that. Like I was talking about for the desktop setup, for the streaming setup, don't forget everything's listed down in the description if you want to pick up any of the gear I mentioned. Yeah, so I guess that's it. Until next time, creatives, go make something dope, and I'll see you in the next video.